Good morning, Facebook world. I bet you didn't expect to see Andy from Champion Chevrolet starting the show off this morning, but you've got him. Tom has been booted off the air from the FCC because of some of the rule violations, broadcasting at all these different places, and they don't like some of the things he's been saying. No, I'm just kidding. You'd think it's April Fool's, but Tom is really here today. I just thought I'd trick everybody and be like, why in the world is Andy on the show by himself? Who in the world would trust him to get on here and say things? But no, Tom is here. Aren't you, Tom?
Yep, I'm going to hit this button right here so he can see us. There we go. Yes, Andy wanted to be a prankster, a trickster. Little trickster today. Good morning. We are live here at Champion Chevrolet, peppering down the rain. We got some flood watches, and we got a wind advisory coming up later on today. So we got that, here it is, March 1st, in like a lamb, out like a lion. Unpredictable weather, but no snow. But it's out there. It's kind of a goofy day, but it's still a good day to come into Champion Chevrolet because it's warm and dry in here. And
because you can't do anything else. You've got to come buy a car today.
Friendly faces here, and so yes,
friendly faces started off your program.
Absolutely. Andy Dietrich started off the show. Never had that happen. Today is number 699. Tomorrow is my 700th show.
Wow! And they said
it wouldn't work. Excuse me.
And said it probably your ratings probably plummeted with me starting the show because everybody was waiting to see your face.
As
soon as you clicked the go live.
No, never. Always looking for a little variety, a little something different. So
spice it up.
Spice it up. We got him here today, and we're going to be here throughout the next couple of hours.
Speaking of spicing it up,
go ahead. March 1st, brand new month, brand new incentives.
Tom and I ran into each other out in town yesterday, and my son decided yesterday before school. Yesterday was picture day, class picture day at school.
Looks sharp, by the way.
Yeah, that's. He decided. I've been wearing a coat and tie a lot this year because of the Chamber of Commerce stuff that I've got to go to every single day. But I've been wearing a coat a lot, and Hudson decided he wants to dress like Daddy. So that's a compliment to me. And he had wanted to wear a sport coat the other day to school, and I think he had gym that day or something. And I said, Hudson, let's pick another day. Well, yesterday he hollered at me when I'm downstairs putting his lunch together, and he said, Daddy, come up here and help me. Well, he had a sport coat out and a dress shirt, and I said, well, why do you want to do this day? He says, class picture day. And he asked his little girlfriend the day before, should he wear a sport coat for class picture day?
And she said yes.
And she said yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, what did Miss Rainwater say when you came into class yesterday? And he goes, she said I look snazzy and handsome. And so when Tom saw us yesterday after school,
first thing I said,
Hudson had his sport coat on, and he was big boy. His birthday was back in the end of January, and he had got a check from the grandmother in Kingsport, and we hadn't gone to the bank yet. And so we went in there. I wanted him to see how you go about cashing a check, and he told them how he wanted his bills back, which was cool. And we had a little education after school, but we ran into Tom there, and you got to see how snazzy and handsome he was.
And a follow-up to that, the two young ladies in my car, it was duly noted that Hudson looked very nice because I heard about it for the next 20 minutes. For the next 20 minutes. Granddad, he looked sharp. He looked handsome. Yeah. He was cute. Okay, girls, let's talk about something else besides Mr. Dietrich. But she starts early, doesn't it?
Yes.
Girls noticing the boys noticing the girls. So.
He was all about buttoning that first button on the sport coat, and I mean, he was ready. I'd say if I had put a tie on him, he'd have worn it most of the day. But he did tell me, he said, I did take it off and hang it in my little cubby for a little while. And I said, well, that's fine, Hudson, as long as you don't lay it on the ground or anything. Like, you got to take care of your sport coats. I mean, any other coat, you just throw it on the ground.
Yeah, sport coats, got to hang them up.
Yeah, you got to learn how to take care of those. Yeah. You're usually in here in a sports coat a lot of times.
Yep.
Not today.
No, it's pouring down the rain. I thought, normally I'm sport coat, but but tomorrow will be sunny, and it'll be this is past. Everybody's freaking out over the rain. It's like, it's supposed to rain, and it's not snowing and ice and winter storm warnings. I'm okay with it. So just flip on the windshield wipers and go.
Before you came on the air, imagine all this rain we've gotten if it was snow this winter.
Yep.
We'd have snow piled up in the mall parking lot until July.
Well, I said you'd probably have to come get me today.
Yeah.
Getting snowing so bad.
I would come get you.
In that big truck he drives.
I'd come get you.
Yeah, you would. We're here live at Champion Chevrolet. We got coming up. We got a great lineup again, as always. We've got Hank Brown going to join us from We Run Events. Sean Witten. Excuse me. Sean Whitt and Nestor Grubb again from Elizabethton Football. Great story about Nestor Grubb. Young man just got accepted to do West Point. Football player at Elizabethton. We'll have him on the show because I think it's worth promoting a young man who's going to do that. Carmichael's going to join us. Also, Michael Smith's going to join us, the head basketball coach at Unicoi County. Big game tonight, the regional championship against Granger down at Chucky Duke High School. We're going to talk to Coach Smith about that. Of course, got another big game tonight down at Crockett between Science Hill and Dobbins Minutes. We'll take care of all the sports for you coming up here in just a few minutes. Like it and share it, and you have just, this is really cool. I've been tracking my followers, and since I think it's like 2 weeks ago, we picked up another 75 yesterday. Woo! So yes, we're rolling. So thank you. Like and share the show. And of course, these shows are archives. You can go back and see his handsome mug. And can you put that up on the screen? You want to put
Hudson.
You want to put his picture up? The young man we're talking about.
Let's see. You'll have to get.
Here we go.
He was all about his.
There it is. Not the best. A little far away, but that's okay. You get the gist.
Yeah.
Sport coat, khakis, shoes, and
he stole those
Lady
balloons
Giller.
from the Niswonger Radiothon the day before.
Okay.
But Niswonger Radiothon has raised $380,000 of their $400,000 goal, and you can still contribute. They're trying to get that extra $20,000 to get to the $400,000 mark, and you can go to Ballad Health Foundation website or Niswonger's website page and donate. And so we worked that the other night. Haley's team raised more money than any other team.
Not surprised.
She is a go-getter when it comes to kids.
That would be Mrs. Dietrich.
You know, if kids are sick, we are big believers in us having it and how fortunate we are we have this here in town, especially for the Tri-Cities and surrounding areas, that they don't have to split up families and families can stay here and get their kids the health care that they need and deserve.
Absolutely. We contributed as well. Got a phone call. In fact, my buddy Terry Templeton, the store manager of Food City Piney Flats, is working the booth, or working the phones rather, and called up and said, hey, I said, yep, put me down. I'm going to give to it because it's great. Niswonger Children's Hospital. We are very lucky, very fortunate to be with a great hospital like that here in the region, here in Johnson City. It covers a lot of area, doesn't it?
Yep. You want to know something blow your mind? You know how much Haley's team raised in under 2 hours? You sit down.
I'm ready.
$76,000.
Under 2 hours?
Under 2 hours.
Wow.
For Niswonger's Children's Hospital.
Wow.
So
that's
thank you to the donors. Thank you to our friends. Thank you to the people that work the phones for Haley's team. Thank you to all those that donate. Even if we didn't donate to Haley's team, they donated to the grand total. But Haley worked her tail off.
Wow.
I'm really proud of her, and she did a great job. My kids worked it.
$76,000 in less than 2 hours?
How do they do that?
How do they do that? Right out of the Tim Copenhaver. How do they do that?
Yeah.
All right, March is here. March Madness, basketball, baseball cranking up. Even high school baseball can't wait. We're 12 days out from Elizabethton Cyclone baseball. We're 45 days away from racing, all these countdowns. So, but we got a brand new month with brand new incentives from Chevrolet right here at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state of Tennessee. For how many years?
6 of the 11 years we've been here.
Yep, 6 out of 11 years.
Yep.
Numero uno.
That's beating Memphis and Nashville and Knoxville and Chattanooga.
Tim said, what, 50, 51 dealerships in the great state of Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yep. And so, how many, someplace like Memphis, what do they got, 4 or 5 Chevy dealerships probably?
Yeah. Probably minimum, because Knoxville has 3, maybe 4 if you count Oak Ridge. So, all in.
Nashville's probably got 4 or 5. Yeah, so. And so we're numero uno right here on the Bristol Highway Motor Mile, Johnson City. So new month, new incentives. Take it away. What we got?
We're here at Champion. We have our engineers and scientists and mathematicians trying to huddling together, trying to decipher these incentives. But it looks like they've got a new incentive program out this month that it's going to be hard to explain. We just got a list of vehicle makes that get extra money, and I'm trying to figure out how the best way to explain this. Tim and I haven't even figured out how we're going to advertise on TV. How our website they've listed 30 different vehicle lines here that qualify, but if your vehicle line's not on there, you don't get the extra money. But there's a number. I mean, if select non-domestic nameplate conquest, other non-GM discontinued nameplates. I mean, it's
there's the incentives coming off the mountain.
I may have to hire some professors from ETSU come over here and help me with this. And they've got Chevrolet loyalty, so yes, if you get extra money if you have a 99 or newer Chevrolet vehicle. But the thing that they're really kicking on this month is to pull people out of non-Chevrolet vehicles. Not necessarily, you don't have to pull them out of it. It's as long as you have a registration that's registered in that your address where you live. Like if you have your sister living with you and she drives a Honda, you can use her registration because you live at the same address to get this extra money. So they're trying to pull people into the Chevrolet fold, the family. And one other thing I can talk about too that's really, really big this month. It's on basically everything I can see here on this spreadsheet with 18,000 numbers on it. That basically almost every single, probably 90% of our vehicles on the lot. If you finance with GM Financial, you get anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 just to finance with GM Financial. So you get all the incentives, and if you finance with GM Financial, you get extra money. And so they're extremely aggressive with the figures on here. It's just too hard to read. Like I'll just give you an example. Just
Go ahead.
Sort of on the non-GM Conquest private offer, must currently own or lease a 99 or newer Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Ferrari, Fiat, Fisker, Ford, Hummer, Jaguar, Jeep, Lamborghini, Land Rover, Lotus, Maserati, McLaren, Mercury, Mini, Oldsmobile, Panoz, P-A-N-O-Z, I've never heard of that, Plymouth, Pontiac, Porsche, Ram, Saab, Smart, Tesla, Volkswagen, Volvo, nameplate. And if you have one of those, you get $2,500 in additional rebate on basically every single vehicle line out here on our lot. And then other monies, it's called Select Nameplate Conquest Private Offer. Must currently own and lease a 99 or newer Daewoo, Daihatsu, Hyundai, Honda, Isuzu, Kia, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Scion, Subaru, Suzuki, or Toyota nameplate.
So basically all you need to do is this.
If you own a vehicle,
I'm going to cut right through all the clutter. If you have a vehicle you're driving that is not a Chevrolet,
there's a good chance there's extra money on it.
There's extra money. You want to come to talk to the folks and get yourself a bow tie because you're going to save. How's that?
Yes, good way to put it. And then also, if you don't have one of those out listed, they also have a whole column here, Chevrolet Loyalty. So we didn't forget the Chevrolet owners, but it's tied into more non-GM incentives this month.
So again, if you are a non-Chevrolet driver,
that wore me out.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm got a headache now.
Man, I need to take a break and get a drink of water. So if you got to go to a meeting, right?
Yeah.
So if you are a non-Chevrolet owner, you want to come in here because they're ready to wheel and deal and put you into a bow tie with lots of incentives.
Yes.
And if you are a Chevrolet driver, you want to come in also because there's more incentives to keep you a Chevrolet driver.
Yes.
How's that?
That's great.
I think I just wrote your commercial.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even need Tim. We'll just have you do it.
I can write it for Tim.
Yeah, write it for Tim.
Yeah, that way.
That'll work.
He's getting ready to shoot it in another day or two, right?
Yeah, he will do it probably either tomorrow or Monday. I would assume maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
But we're still updating our website or trying to figure out how we're going to update our website with all this mess that's on there. But rebates, incentives are huge. Money to finance with GM Financial is huge. Go view our inventory, www.championjc.com. If the prices aren't updated yet, they're working on it this morning. If you find something you like on there, either the little chat box will pop up. You can chat with my girls upstairs, and they can reply to you. You can call us. You can email us, and we will get you a figure based off of. And please tell us what you have in the household vehicle-wise to see what incentives you qualify for. So www.championjc.com. You can book our service department Monday through Saturday. You can buy accessories, order parts, look at cars, get cars financed. You name it. You can sit in your underwear and your lazy boy and do it.
That's a visual.
Ding.
I would rather think of Hudson in his sport coat than thinking of Andy in his underwear in the recliner shopping.
Eating bonbons.
At championjc.com.
Yes.
So, on that note, he's going to a meeting. We're taking a break. We'll come right back. And this is not cool. Got a young man over in Elizabeth, and any kid that's been awarded, I guess, earned the right. How would you say they've been approved? I'm not right sure the adjective. He's going to go to West Point.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So accepted. I guess that'd be the word. He's been accepted to go to West Point. Young man plays football at Elizabethton, so we're going to have him and his coach Sean Whitten on next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So championjc.com. In February, you got 20 seconds. What flew out of here the most in February? Trucks, Sparks. What moved?
Trucks and Corvettes. We've probably sold over 10 Corvettes in the last 90 days.
Wow. Of course, you had that 20% off in February, too.
Yeah, the 17s, that just
on the
rolled
17s.
them out.
That's good. Move them out. So trucks and vets left here in February. So it's always cool 30 days now to say, hey, what moved in March? So
well, you told me you'd buy a Corvette, but you just couldn't figure out where to stick your two granddaughters when you had to haul them around.
I came in today ready to buy the yellow one. Was right here. And I said, where is this? When you said it's gone.
It's gone.
So now I'm a little hurt. So it's canary yellow, which is my favorite color. So
tweet.
Yeah. On that note, when a grown man says tweet, it's time to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. I love this guy. We'll be right back. We'll talk again to Nestor Grubb. Young man is going to the military academy at West Point, and his football coach Sean Whitten next on show number 699 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call, and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
And we're back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Let's go to the phone. He's there. You see on the screen head coach Sean Whitten, and also a player he's very proud of, Nestor Grubb. First, let's talk to Coach. Coach, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Glad to be on again. Thanks.
Yeah, man, I love you being on the show. Before we get into this young man, I want to talk about your brother who just last week had a young man come into Dallas and from University of Central Florida and presented him the Jason Witten Award. So talk a little bit about that. That was a really cool award that he has created, and a young man very deserving to get that award.
Well, it started about 2 or 3 years ago. You know, Jason's Foundation, there's the NFL Ultimate Man of the Year Award, obviously given for a guy that does a lot of great stuff off the field and on the field. And, for college, there's never been an award like that. So his foundation did some research, put a committee and a board of regents together, and they started the process about 2 or 3 years ago, and they ended up naming the Jason Witten College Football Man of the Year Award, which is obviously just like the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. And, you're talking about a tremendous honor, a legacy award that's going to last 50 to 100 years from now. And then obviously, with Jason, the recipient in 2012 of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. So a lot of time and work went into it. But, after a 15-year career and the things he's done, being an ultimate professional, it's a tremendous honor. And then obviously, what better player to win that award than a guy from Central Florida, and then playing with one hand, and then the year that Central Florida had was just kicked off the inaugural award this year.
So this guy, I did not know that he plays with one hand.
Yeah, he's got one hand, and the birth defect, born with it. He's actually got a twin, and actually, just overcame some odds, and a great role model for a lot of people. And then obviously the year that they had, going from 0-12 to 12-0 this year, and then beating Auburn in the Peach Bowl was just capped off that. But it's a tremendous young man. It's 155 nominations from the College Sports Information Directors, down to 3 finalists. The 3 finalists were Central Florida, quarterback from Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph, and then Minka Fitzpatrick from Alabama. So just 3 finalists, and all 3 could have won it. They had the event last Thursday night in Texas. And, just a process by his foundation just to set that award off. You talk about a lot of Pro Bowls and a lot of accomplishments, but you're talking about an award that's going to last, an eternity. And when you're not playing, it's still going to be given. And your name's always going to be brought up. So, that's probably one of the greatest honors you could probably ever achieve, naming an award after you. But I think what's going to take place, Tom, is they're going to have the award in Texas for 3 years, and I think it'll eventually carry over to the College Football Awards that happen in Orlando in December every year down at the ESPN Worldwide Leader of Sports. So it will eventually carry over to the College Football Awards.
And it should. Absolutely, it should. We're talking to Sean Whitten, head football coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. You got a young man right there you're very proud of. You told me about this back during football season. You were in the process of helping this young man go somewhere that's very special. So before we hand it over to Nestor Grubb, set this up.
It's an unbelievable one. My left years, we had a lot of guys sign and do a lot of great things. But, I played with a buddy of mine that got accepted to wrestle at the United States Naval Academy. And then, we talked about this several months ago, just the process it takes to even be nominated. This guy had a dream. He's gone to many camps. He's gone to, going into his senior year. This past summer, he went to a basic training West Point camp. He's gone to football camp up there. He just had a dream from day one, and he's just followed through that. But the selection process, Dr. Phil Rowe, basically just one vote, and you got to get 3 or 4 letter of recommendations, or write up a bunch of things, and it's been a long process. But he was awarded this week. He got fully accepted to the United States West Point Academy, and just a tremendous honor, and just could happen to a better young man, and just a very determined. It's not only about a guy that's a top 10% of academics or top 10% athletics, but you got to be a unique individual to be selected in the United States West Point Academy, and for that to happen here at Elizabethton, just goes back to the same thing Jason does. Dreams do come true.
Living proof, and of course you're very proud of this young man. He is there, so introduce him. I want to talk to him for a minute or two if you don't care.
Hello,
Nestor Grubb. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Just fine, sir. Tell me about it. You wanted to go to West Point from an early age. Tell me how that all came about and why you wanted to go to West Point.
Well, starting off, my aunt, she went to West Point, and I've been really close to her. She's still active duty in the military in Pennsylvania, and just since I could remember talking, it's just always been a dream of mine wanting to go up there. I've watched the Army-Navy game every year. It's just been something I wanted to do, and getting into high school, the process starts about your sophomore year, and it's been a long and lengthy, hard process just to have to get everything done, but it all paid out in the end.
Coach Whitten was a big contributor. He had to sit down and write a letter for you too, didn't he, as your head coach?
Oh, yes, sir. You have to get a nomination from a congressman or a senator, and so I asked him and a few other, really important people to me to write those letters for me.
We're talking to Nestor Grubb, who's going to head off now. When do you report to the military? When do you report to West Point?
July 2nd it's a day that they call our day, reception day, and basically you get started, and by the end of the day you get sent to basic training that day. So then it starts a 6-week process, and then once you complete your basic training, you go straight to school.
We're talking to Nestor Grubb, who had a great career as a football player at Elizabethton. Give me a couple of games that will always be memories for you that you had a big tackle or a heck of a big game playing football for Elizabethton.
I don't know, maybe this year against Boone. I remember that was a really hard game. It was a tough game. They had a really good team this year. I remember I had a hit of the week on their running back, Charlie Cole. But, it was a rough game. It was a long game, hard fought. And so I can say that stands out. And I used to go to John City School. So I grew up with a bunch of the guys that played for Science Hill. And I know we never pulled out and won against them. But, my junior year, I remember that was a very special game to me, just competing and that being a hard-fought game. It came down to overtime, and just getting my chance to play in that was a really big game, and first varsity start, so that was an important game to me.
Absolutely. We're talking to Nestor Grubb. Before I let you go, what are your plans? I mean, as they used to say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Have you decided what you want to major in at West Point?
I'm not decided what I want to major in, but the major doesn't really affect what you branch out into. But my goal is to fly helicopters. We have an aviation program here at Elizabethton, and I've taken all the classes, and I really enjoy it. And so I think that flying helicopters would be what I want to do.
That's cool stuff. Nestor Grubb, I get a chance to stand beside you on the sideline some this year. You're a cool young man, great young man. I appreciate you wanting to go to the Military Academy at West Point. Congratulations. We'll see you and talk to you soon. If you don't care, let me throw it back to Coach Whitten, and I appreciate your time, all right?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, sir. Coach?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, man. What a nice young man. Called me Mr. Taylor. My father died 28 years ago. That's pretty cool. I'm just old Tom, but that's nice, Mr. Taylor. So that's the kind of kids you like on your football team. You got a lot of Nestor Grubbs on your football team, don't you? Those kind of kids.
Well, we do. He's one guy that represents a lot. And he's a senior. He's worked extremely hard. Something like that, Tom, doesn't start yesterday. It starts, like Nestor said, it starts years ago, planning ahead. There's a lot of information to gather. It's a lot of work on the parents. Comes on a great family. He's working extremely hard. He's a soft-spoken young man. But, I just goes back to the intangibles. You got to have that it factor, and Nestor had that. I'm going to tell you, Tom, I've written a lot of recommendations. But when you sit down, you have to write what's more to the United States West Point Academy. Hey, there has to be some thought process going that. You know, you're writing to the most prestigious generals and lieutenants and sergeants out there. You know, like I said, senators and congressmen are making their votes, and you're thinking about how many kids that have, you know, didn't get that nomination this week like he did. And so when you sit down and write that letter of recommendation, you got to put some pretty valuable pieces of information in there. And I tell you, it's a tremendous honor. And you know, when you write a letter of recommendation for a guy like Nestor, you know, you just put your heart and soul into it. And that's the same way he's done for me. You know, that Tom, for 4 years, he's busted his tail for me. He's busted his tail for his community, our program. He's laid it on the line each and every week. This young man played with a hurt shoulder, but we didn't even know it for 3 or 4 weeks into the season. And so he's just going to be a great guy, you know. I mean, he's got a lot of attributes that fit in West Point, and I know he's going to make us proud, and I know he's extremely excited.
We're all excited here in the Tri-Cities, especially those who like to follow the Cyclone football team. And, Coach, I want to ask you if you'll come out and work a couple of baseball games with me. I know you're busy before spring practice, but I'd love for you to come up at least for an inning or two and hang out with me when we start our baseball broadcast. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure. You know, Lisbon Cyclone's got a good team this year. Coach Pressel's a great leader, and, you know, he's got a good chance to try to get them over the hump. You know, they were a game or two away from the state tournament last year. They knocked on the door several times, and, you know, we got a lot of football guys that play baseball. So look forward to getting out there in springtime and hopefully get a chance to get some good weather coming.
March the 13th, 12 days out, we'll be ready to go as we'll start our coverage with the Sullivan Central Cougars coming to town. And, of course, our big sponsor is Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton. So, by the way, we got to meet the baseball team and the softball team Monday night at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. So it's Meet the Cyclone softball and baseball. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coach, thanks for your time, man. You're awesome, and appreciate Nestor Grubb. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you.
Getting Nestor on. Yeah, appreciate getting Nestor on. Thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
You got it right there. What a great guy. Sean Whitten. Woo, love that man right there. He's awesome. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll go from Sean Whitten and Nestor Grubb, who got the appointment to the United States Military Academy in West Point, which is awesome. Young man that's doing that from Elizabethton High School. And we'll go from that and talk a little running with Hank Brown. We Run Events. He joins us next. But first, here's our promo for Elizabethton Baseball 12 days out here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page. I'm with head baseball coach Ryan President of Elizabethton Cyclones. And, Coach, we're very excited, my friend. We're getting ready to double the coverage of Cyclone baseball this year. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, too. I think it's a big step for our program. We really believe that getting out there what our kids do and letting the community know what we're doing and what we're up to is very important. You know, the weather can be bad in the spring, and it doesn't matter to us if the weather's bad. We're going to play. We've played in snow. We don't really care about that. But watching baseball in the snow is pretty tough. So I think it's a really good opportunity for our fans to keep up with us. And really, we've got a lot of fans that live in different states. And I think you saw that from the coverage last year. People in all different parts of the country and in the world watching and listening to Cyclone baseball. So we're excited about the opportunity.
Absolutely. And, of course, it all starts March the 13th against Sullivan Central. We got some great games lined up. And, hey, this year we're taking out on the road doing some games, most of the games at Twin Stadium, but we are going to be on the road this year, some big conference games too. Absolutely.
You know, you look early on, us at East, you know, we battled last year with East, and a lot of the same players back on both sides of the field this year. So we're going to be battling with the East early on, and you know, game at Happy Valley, obviously big in-county rivalry. That's also a conference tilt for us, and then going on the road down to Smoky Stadium. We're going to be playing Pigeon Forge in Jefferson County. You know, Jefferson County goes to the state tournament last year in 3A. We actually beat them last year, which was big for us. And you know, just trying to expand what we're doing here with the program, and this is a big part of it, and we appreciate you coming on board.
Oh, absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. And, of course, it takes sponsorship to make it go, to drive the bus, if you will. And so you've lined up some great sponsors. Tell us some of the folks that are going to be helping out with the broadcast this year.
We're going to be headlined by Chick-fil-A. So they're going to be our headline sponsor for the season. Game night sponsors actually got Carter County Bank and Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union. Physical therapy services from here in town. Tri-Cities Health is a great little outfit over on the edge of town between Elizabethton and Johnson City. Just super folks. Blackburn Children's in Stegall over in Johnson City. And we've even got Elizabethton High School Fellowship of Christian Athletes is coming on board. We're really happy to partner with them. They do a lot of great things here in the community and in the school.
It all starts March 13th. Again, it's going to be the Sullivan Central Cougars, our first one. First pitch at 7 o'clock on March 13th. It'll be here before you know it. Coach, what's the phrase that pays? What are we supposed to say? Cyclone?
Cyclone pride, something to live by, Tom.
Cyclone pride, something to live by. We'll see you March 13th. Again, looking forward to bringing Cyclone baseball right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page. Again, Elizabethton baseball starting coming up, as we said, on March the 13th, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton right here on these airwaves. Again, as we celebrate show number 699 tomorrow, show number 700. We'll do it at Food City in Churchill tomorrow with a big one-day sale, so looking forward to being there. Looking forward to talking to this man right now on the phone with We Run Events, our buddy Hank Brown. Good morning, my good friend. How are you?
I'm good, Tom. How are you doing?
Just fine, sir. Now, if you're a runner, would you be out running in a day like today? Does rain and wind stop a runner? They just keep going, they get out there and run.
Well, I probably wouldn't. But there's a lot of people that will. I've run in a lot worse than this, that's for sure. But in fact, we've got a group that's running tonight. They're training for the Bristol Half Marathon, and they'll be out running tonight, whether it's raining or not. So, yeah, it's not ideal, but I've run in worse.
There you go. We're talking to Hank Brown with WeRunEvents.com. So let's start with a couple of events. One of those coming up this Saturday here in Johnson City. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Tom, it's our first race of the season, so we're pretty excited to get going, crank up the We Run Events van, and drive over to Johnson City for the Run for Your Buns 5K. It's in support of colorectal cancer. It's at Franklin Woods Community Hospital. We're working with the Goose Chase, Karen Hubbs and her crew. Always like working with them. They do a great job. So we'll get cranking on Saturday morning at Franklin Woods Hospital for Run for Your Bun. That's our first one.
That's number one. Now, all told on the calendar this year, how many events you going to have?
Well, I haven't counted, but it's probably around 50 events.
That's what I was thinking, between 40 and 50. So that is number one coming up this Sunday or this Saturday. Number two is a Shamrock 4-miler. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we've been doing this one for several years. It's always, to me, it's kind of the premier early season event, and it's in Abingdon. You'll get 500, 600, 700 maybe runners and walkers in that. It's a Friday night race. It's kind of unique. A lot of fun, music, food, and all around St. Patrick's Day. So, Shamrock 4-miler, the people at Johnston Memorial Hospital do a great job with it, and I really like working with them. So we're looking forward to going to Abingdon on Friday night. That's March 16th. The Shamrock 4-miler.
We're talking to Hank Brown with
that's a big one.
We're talking to Hank Brown with WeRunEvents.com is where you can find them on the website again, and they're just getting cranked up. March kicks in the year, and they run them all the way through Christmas. So for the next 9 months, we'll be talking a lot with him and about his great events, including the granddaddy of them all, the Crazy Eights Road Race, which is not that far away, and we'll talk about that coming up here in a second. You got a new half marathon. Tell me about that coming up this year.
Yeah, Tom, it's pretty cool. It's in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. I always love to go to the Big Stone Gap, and it's kind of a combination road and trail, but the trail is not, it's not one of these rough trails in the mountains. It's a nice running trail between Big Stone Gap and Appalachia. So this thing is going to start in Big Stone Gap, run to Appalachia, and turn around and come back. It's called the Union Half Marathon, and they're also doing a 4-person relay. So there seems to be a lot of excitement around this new race. I think it's going to be nice. And from what I hear, I haven't seen the course, but from what I hear, it's pretty flat, which is hard to do around here. It's hard to find a flat course in East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. So a lot of people are pretty excited about this event, Union Half Marathon in Big Stone Gap.
I want you to toot the horn of your staff. You have a fantastic staff. Again, we're talking to Hank Brown with WeRunEvents.com. I keep saying we won. WeRunEvents.com, and You have a great staff. Yeah. Tell us who helps you with WeRunEvents.com.
Well, we do, Tom, and I appreciate you asking. It's a really good staff, and we stay together. We get some new people here and there, and some people move on. We get some younger people here and there that move on to college or get a job, a real job. But we've got some people that have stuck with us, and they're really good. And I just know that when I show up at the race, I park the van and open the doors, and they go to work. They don't need a lot of direction. They know what they're doing. I'd hate to point out any one of them because all of them are great. We actually have a crew of probably 15 or more, and then we'll work 4 to 5 at each race. So they don't all work each race, but we love every one of them, and we've got a couple of new ones this year. Some high school kids are going to get started soon, and hopefully we can keep them for a few years before they go off to bigger and better things. But everybody we got does a great job.
We're talking to Hank Brown before I let you go. The granddaddy of them all, it won't be that far away, I promise you, come July. The Crazy Eights in Kingsport tied into Fun Fest. Tell us about that race. I know you guys are already behind the scenes getting ready for that race. It'll be here pretty soon.
Yeah, July 14th, Kingsport. And yeah, we're gonna. It'll be hopefully as big as it's always been, and people will just look forward to this all year long. I hear it all the time. People say, "Oh, this is my favorite race anywhere, not just around here, but anywhere." And of course, we bring in some big time runners from Kenya and Ethiopia, and I can't understand them, but I know they run fast. And, Natalie can understand them. She does a great job, talking to them and understanding them. I kind of nod my head. I kind of know what they're talking about. But they're fast, and they're a lot of fun. They're all great and very humble, and they really appreciate it. And they love Kingsport. They love coming to Crazy Eight. And I think the people that run the race and the people that watch the race really enjoy, having them here and, making it really a world-class race. And we'll be going for the world record again. Hopefully we can get it, this year. Every year we shoot for it, but we've come up short, the past few years. But maybe we'll get it this year.
You got it. Hey, I know you're busy. I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you. We're going to be talking to you a lot over the next several months because you're a great guy. You do a great job promoting running in our region. WeRunEvents.com. Our buddy Hank Brown. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, Tom, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you letting us come on your show. And congratulations on show number 700 tomorrow. That's quite a milestone. That's big time right there, man.
Pretty proud of an Old Country boy. So, yeah, thank you very much. It's I'm pretty excited about it. But have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Okay, Tom. Thank you.
Yep, love that guy right there. Tell you, I know it sounds cheesy for a grown man to tell him that he loves another man, but I tell you, this guy, he has done so much for racing and road racing in this area. Hank Brown, WeRunEvents.com. And so, again, coming up this raising money for colorectal cancer this weekend, Run for Your Buns here in Johnson City. Then he does one also with the American Cancer Society up in Bristol later on in the year. So not only out running, which is great exercise for people to get in shape and help all parts of your body, obviously, in running and walking, but he's also doing it for a great cause to raise money for great endeavors like this right here. Again, this weekend, Run for Your Buns with colorectal cancer tied into the local hospital. So check them out at WeRunEvents.com. Up next, we're going to run to Kingsport Speedway. We go from 2 legs to 4 wheels. My buddy Bill Patrick's going to join us coming up next. But first, if you've not been out there and tried to pull chicken, woohoo! Here's our buddy Phil Pipkin from Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Toho Sports Show. Back with my buddy Phil, Phil's Dream Pit again, the quest for perfect barbecue. And tell us about the Dream Packs at Phil's Dream Pit.
So we offer these Dream Packs that we offer them in equal numbers. So like 4, 8, 12, 20, 24. I mean, we can do them as much as 100 people or more. We've had them go out for 300 people. But the drink packs are, it comes with the pork, the sauce, the buns, and 3 sides. So you could do like beans, potato salad, and coleslaw. The price ends up costing you a little under $7 a person, which is an unbelievable value around here.
Well, obviously spring's right around the corner. You're looking at people on the move, going to ball games and Little League games and just being on the move. So this is a great way to come in and get a dream pack. And or if you got an event in the backyard, a cookout, or whatever you got going on, this is a great way to feed the gang, right?
It is. And another benefit of it is sometimes people are having rehearsal dinners and they'll have volunteers from their church that will serve. So this is a very inexpensive way to hold your costs down for your rehearsal dinner or your wedding. We do offer full service catering. The price goes up a little bit to have our whole crew out there, but you could do the value packs too and have folks from church serve it and cost you under $7 a person.
Let's squeeze in too before I let him go. Meat by the pound. So again, another event coming up that you just want to come out here and buy this great meat by the pound. You do that as well.
I do. We offer the pulled chicken. We offer brisket by the pound, pork by the pound, chicken salad by the pound. The chicken salad, kind of give us a heads up if you're going to want 4 or 5 pounds of that, because we try not to make that much of it at once.
All this on the website.
And philsdreampit.com.
Yep.
It has our catering menu. It also has our in-house menu and the value packs, and just an awesome deal.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, they're physically located right off Interstate 26, the Eastern Star exit. So Phil's Dream Pit, philsdreampit.com. The quest for perfect barbecue, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Got to check them out right off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. We'll be there in a couple of weeks on our once-a-month visit. Look right there. Look at a handsome rascal on the screen. Our buddy Bill Patrick at the Kingsport Speedway, the Concrete Jungle. And good morning, my good friend. Thanks for backstroking in here on the swimming in here to talk to me today. Pouring down the rain, isn't it?
It's good weather for ducks.
Not good weather for racing, but good weather for ducks. And so let's talk about it. Had a great outpouring, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was a booming success. We got a chance to be at the mall last week and meet. I was trying to think driving over here this morning how many people I talked to. You kept feeding them, funneling me these people. It had to be between 15 and 20 people all told.
At least.
Everything from yourself, or not everything, everyone from yourself to Karen Tunnell to little Hannah Seal and Dylan Hodge, the youngsters, all the way up to some of the veterans like Ronnie McCarty and Robbie Ferguson. Some of the guys been there for many, many years. So a great mixture, and I thought it was well received. I was there for a couple of hours, and it was an all-day event, and it looked like to me, for the 2 hours or 2.5 hours I was there, it was a booming success for the Speedway and for the mall.
That was a awesome show. I mean, traffic was just constant foot traffic all day long. But it is well worth it.
Mm-hmm. It's an awesome event, and so that, of course, just rolls right into the fact that we got racing coming up in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks from Saturday will be the opening day on March the 24th of the Concrete Jungle Kingsport Speedway, but we've got practice. We've got to practice this Saturday, is that right?
Starting this Saturday, all the Saturdays until race day, will be open practice. That's free to the public. You're welcome to come, bring your folding chair. It's a difference in, I guess, our grandstands than the other ones. You actually can bring your folding lawn chair or whatever and set it in the stands with you, so you can be more comfortable sitting there than sitting on that old hard concrete. And a lot of people do that, but that's it's going to be a fantastic year. The practice starts at 2 on this Saturday, and then all Saturdays after that will be starting at noon. But there'll be quite a few cars there. I'm sure Paul Shull will be there with Hannah. And the way he's teaching her is just amazing. He gets in his car, she gets in his car, and he says, "Follow me." So that's the way he's teaching her. And then he talks to her during off time. But I never thought about it that much until Saturday. You've got Chris Van Dyke that's teaching this Chase Dixon. Mm-hmm. You've got Paul Shull teaching Hannah. Dylan Hodge, he's had mentors all through. the kid Carter Davidson that's coming up. Kirby Gobble's been teaching him, took him under his wing, and it's just. And I was thinking, well, all these drivers is driving for the big guy time now is actually started by somebody teaching them how to drive. They didn't just go there and say, hey, I want to drive that race car.
Sure. So they're passing the baton on what they're doing to the next generation, and that's really critical in NASCAR and in any sport. In particular, NASCAR, we talked about this on Saturday. You got to get the youngsters involved, and of course the Speedway is doing a phenomenal job. We're talking about Bristol Speedway getting ready to get all the kids involved up there to get more and more little people into the racetrack and get them hooked on their favorite drivers and so on and so forth. And that has trickled down to the Kingsport Speedway with the Kids Club. Beth's going to be with us tomorrow. She's going to join us. Miss Clendenin's going to talk about the Kids Club. We're at Food City in Churchill. And so the kids are out hanging out of the Kids Club during race night. But what we're talking about is actual drivers. Hannah Seal, 15 years old from Clinch, met her on Saturday. Dylan Hodge, Chase Dixon, these kids, and these are kids, literally, those guys are in high school. And so these are the youngsters, up-and-comers, and little Carter Davison's going to be here. I thought he was going to be here today. I think he's going to be here next week here at Champion to be on the show from Elizabeth, and 13 years old. So, as I said, Saturday's show, you had the Paul Scholes and the Wayne Hales and the Ronnie McCartys, and you had the kind of middle of the road, the Chris Van Dykes who's been racing for a while, but not as long as those guys. And then you come back and you have the up-and-comer / youngsters. So great cross mixture, and all these folks going to be racing. How many classes at Kingsport Speedway?
5 classes. We got late model, modified street, pure 4, modified 4. Which one? Did I miss one? I think I did.
Late model.
Modified street.
Modified street.
Pure street.
Pure street.
Pure 4.
Pure 4.
Mod 4.
Mod 4. There you go. 5 classes of racing. And again, the first will be on Saturday, March the 24th. $10 ticket to get in. Kids get in free. And of course, the tier parking, the TIER tier parking, we're talking about it's tiered. You've got those for what, $10?
$10 extra. You take your car up or your truck or your SUV, and you just lift your tailgate or drop your tailgate and get your cooler out and your grill, your folding chairs and rear back. Best seat in the house, actually.
Rear back. That's good. I ain't heard that for a while. Rear back.
Up between turns 3 and 4, so you've got an open look at the whole track there, and you don't miss any of it. Pointing right toward the scoreboard so you can see it as well.
It's all again at Kingsport Speedway, right off of John B. Dennis, right down the road from Sullivan North High School in Kingsport. And so, again, practice coming up this coming Saturday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be involved. We got to nail that down and finalize it. But based on the response we had last Saturday at the mall, unbelievable. I think I went back and checked. Over 1,000 folks have watched that show, and it's, of course, everything we do is archives. You can go back and watch it again and again and again. And we've actually had a lot of friend requests, and we have brought them into the fold. So it's been very, very advantageous for us here on this side of the microphone, and certainly I think Karen and you and everybody involved in the Speedway enjoyed it too.
We loved it. It was just an awesome day. I had some other drivers there. I sent them up there, and they didn't have time, so we had more hanging in the wind there. Royce Peters, and I don't think Paul ever actually ended up sitting down there. And then
Nasty.
Nasty didn't get on, and then Billy Duty didn't get on. But it's just been an awesome turnout, and everybody seems to be just tickled to death with this. And I hope we go somewhere with it.
Yeah, we do too. Again, it's not that far away to go racing, so if you're interested, you want to go to the website new. Oh, by the way, big shout out to Will Bellamy. Met Will. He's helping Karen out there in the office and doing some marketing, and I want to say hello to Will and Karen. She told me she'd be painting this week. I don't know if she'll be painting today or not, but
I probably won't stay if she puts it on there now.
But they're busy.
Unless she's in a rowboat, she might be able to.
There you go.
That infield fills up pretty quick.
But she's sprucing up and painting and getting everything ready to go because it'll be here before we know it. Again, March 24th is opening day. Practice again. Is it open to the public this coming Saturday?
Open to the public. You can come, sit in the stands and watch. If you're with a crew, you can actually get a band. Ronnie can band you down there, and able to walk around in the pits, see what them guys. They probably ain't gonna have time to talk to you because if they're at practice, they're gonna make some laps and they're gonna jump out of that car and tune this, and then they're gonna jump back in that car and take off again because they don't have a pit crew. These guys do their own work. So I'll be down in the pits and I will be checking all the cars that's there and putting stickers on them to say, yeah, they're good to go safety-wise for the actual racing.
Let's talk about that for a second before I let you go. We're talking to Bill Patrick, Kingsport Speedway. Coming up, we'll be joined by Carmichael talking all kinds of sports. Also later in the show, Michael Smith, the head basketball coach of Unicoi County's boys team. They've got the game tonight, the regional championship against Granger down at Chucky Doak Middle School, and their young man who just took over the game went and watched it the other night. Trevor Hensley just took over. Just that simple. He was a man among boys, poured in 32 points and led him to a big win over Elizabethton. So we'll talk to Coach Smith a little bit later on the show as well. We're here live at Champion Chevrolet, again, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Check them out on the web at championjc.com. You can shop it 24/7. Nobody sells more Chevys in the Volunteer State. Over 50 dealerships across Tennessee, and from Memphis to Mountain City, these folks are right there in the Mario Uno, and they move them. And as Andy said last month, they sold a ton of Corvettes. Imagine that in February, in the dead of winter. Corvettes and trucks flew out of here were the two biggest sellers last month. So, of course, they sold other things too, but as a trend, Corvettes, in fact, there was one right here last week in this empty spot. There's Cletus. My man Cletus. There was a canary yellow vet sitting right on the other side of the camera. It's gone. And so, they sold a lot of vets and trucks last month. And so brand new incentives that Andy tried to explain earlier in the show. And so basically how it rolls, to cut it right to the chase, because I'm a simple man, simple country boy. If you drive something other than a Chevrolet, you want to come in here because some great incentives to put you in a bow tie. And if you drive a Chevrolet, you want to come in here and bump yourself up, or if you want to go from a car to a truck, or a truck to an SUV, or whatever. If you want to stay, we want you to in the Chevrolet family. There are incentives for you to do that too. So it's pretty simple. If you're driving any kind of a vehicle, it's going to take care of you here in the month of March with the incentives just rolled down from Chevrolet here today on this Thursday, March the 1st. So again, here's the practice. We start on March 23rd, or March 24th, March 31st, and April the 7th are the three consecutive Saturday races. They're off for the obvious on April the 13th for what we've got coming up in 46 days, the Food City 500, the world's last great Coliseum at Bristol Motor Speedway. Then you start back on Friday nights. The first Friday night race is April the 20th, and Bill will roll all the way through the really the 1st of October with racing every weekend virtually at Kingsport Speedway.
July the 14th we'll be racing on Saturday instead of Friday night because of the class that's coming in there to race that weekend.
Yeah, so what you want to do is go to the website, newkingsportspeedway.com, and get yourself a schedule. It's there. And again, these little pocket schedules they gave out. Let's talk safety. Not necessarily NASCAR, but if you watch the wreck that John Force was in last weekend, NHRA, and how he walked away from that. I mean, he went to the hospital, they checked him out and sent him home. NASCAR does the same thing. There's some of those wrecks these guys are going through, and you wonder how in the world they come out of there. Well, you're in charge of the safety at Kingsport Speedway, and so you take it very seriously, make sure these guys and girls don't get hurt, right?
Take it very seriously. I've seen videos. If an engine explodes in a car and catches on fire, where's that fire going to go? I mean, it's like a vacuum, and it's going to suck toward that cockpit where they're sitting. So I look at make sure there's no way that the fire, the flame, or whatever can get in there where they're at. No open holes in the firewalls or whatever. And then seat belts are very, very. The only person that ever died at Kingsport Speedway was because of a torn seatbelt. So we take that real serious.
Mm-hmm.
Then those door plates the roll cages, I make sure they're welded good, because if you get hit at 100 mile an hour and 80 mile an hour and that roll cage ain't put together right, then that car's going to be in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then I make sure the fire extinguishers are mounted correctly and in place. Make sure all these weights that they've got placed everywhere in the cars are bolted down right, and they ain't gonna come flying out during a wreck and fly over in somebody else's car and kill somebody, or up in the stands and hurt a fan. So yeah, it's pretty drawn out process.
Yep.
And I will tell them if I don't see something I don't like, I'm gonna say, well, when you come back to practice next week, then I'll sign off on your car after you fix this. So
there you go. Bill Patrick, Kingsport Speedway, stopping by. Appreciate it. Again, practice this coming Saturday from 2 until 6. Again, practice on the 8th from noon until 6. We'll keep you updated. Let's just start with the ones we don't confuse you. This coming Saturday, practice at the Speedway from 2 until 6. It's supposed to be sunny. It's going to be cool. They've said that, and so, you know, wear what you need to wear to stay warm over there in the stands watching the practice. And
big hot cup of hot chocolate or a big cup of coffee.
There you go. There you go. Because it won't be that long. It'll be hot and sweaty and muggy when racing later on in the year in the summertime. So appreciate you stopping by, big guy.
Enjoy it. I love this. It's great for you and it's great for us. I think we're putting fans in the seats because of this.
That's the name of the game. That's what we want to do. Right. Put fannies in the seats. Again, practice is coming Saturday, open practice 2 till 6 at the Concrete Jungle, better known as the Kingsport Speedway. Have yourself a great rest of the week. I'll talk to you soon.
Do the same. I get to go back to the doctor tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and they're going to tell me how my results were. So.
Of your heart cath.
Yeah. Well, that's my regular doctor, but I think everything's all right.
He's all right. He's tougher than a pine knot. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go from talking racing to a plethora of sports. The man's in here, Carmichael. Always look forward. We got college basketball, Major League Baseball, NASCAR, his favorite driver. What do you call Logano? Cheesehead? Cheesecake Factory boy, Joey Logano.
Speaking of NASCAR, Trevor Bain's little brother will be running the late day car over there this year, too. Mm-hmm. So he's got another young one.
Mm-hmm. Coming up out of Knoxville, Trevor Bain's little brother. Of course, Trevor's one of the drives for Roush Fenway Racing, and so the number 6 Advocare Ford. So his little brother will be there this year as well. Quick break. We'll be right back. Top of the hour. We'll talk to Carmichael next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Look here, look, the man is in the house, ladies and gentlemen, Carmichael. So we've had Sean Whitten and Nestor Grubb, young man who just got an appointment to the military, West Point Military Academy, United States Military Academy, West Point, I should say. And so I had those folks on earlier in the show. Hank Brown with WeRunEvents.com. Bill Patrick, again, from the Kingsport Speedway. Coming up, we got Michael Smith right after Carmichael talking Unicoi County boys basketball and the regional championship tonight. We're going to try and get Travis Maines on tomorrow, the head coach of the Lady Trailblazers of Daniel Boone, as they'll be in a sub-state game or sectional on Saturday at Daniel Boone. I'm going to be there for that one. I want to watch the Lady Trailblazers. We hope punch your ticket to the Borough, which is Murfreesboro. Just don't slang it. We're going to go to the state tournament, we hope, next week, and so they'll play Saturday evening.
And watch another Carmichael.
Another Carmichael.
My niece Bailey.
Yeah.
Another good performance last night. They were through three quarters. They were up 35-13. I mean, it was Bailey had 12 last night. She made the all-tournament team for the region. She was MVP in the district tournament. Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. So
yep.
Looking for hopefully a big win on Saturday night for them.
Yep, and so we'll talk more about that. In fact, let's run them down real quick. 7 o'clock tonight, Science Hill Dobbins Minute at Crockett for the sectional champion, or the regional championship, rather. And they'll play that tonight at Crockett at 7. That was a smart move. Of course, that's in the rules, bylaws, that if your two teams are still playing from up here in District 1, they'll bring it back up here. They should have, and they did. They'll play at Crockett tonight, Science Hill Dobbins Minute. It starts at 7. Get there early. That place is going to be rocking. The AA, we're going to be talking to Coach Smith here in a few minutes. Unicoi County and Granger tonight at Chucky Doak Middle School, which may I say is a very nice facility. I've never been there before till the other night. Very nice place. And then the boys will play at Cocke County tonight. North Green will take on the Sullivan North Golden Raiders, their first sub-state appearance ever, which I think is very, very cool. And that is, again, from the boys. From last night, you had, as Carmichael alluded to, Daniel Boone blew out Jeff County, beat them by 16, 47-31 to win the AAA Girls Regional Championship. The AA was Greenville defeating Chucky Doak, so they're on a roll. They knocked out South Green earlier in the week, the defending state champions of Greenville, with a 7-point win over the Lady Black Knights of Chucky Doak, 69-62 to win the AA. And then the single A, Unaka defeats Cloudland in the old Carter County matchup. Lady Rangers over the Lady Highlanders, 40-36 from last night. So there you go. Now let's jump in here and talk men's top 25 college basketball from last night. Let's see, no upsets per se. Xavier 10-point win the Musketeers over Providence. Kentucky blows out Ole Miss in Rupp Arena by 18. Looks like the Wildcats starting to get it together. They won 4 in a row. Fourth-ranked Villanova in overtime goes to Seton Hall and hangs on the win, 69-68. That's a tough one. The Clemson Tigers, 18th-ranked Clemson, holds off the Seminoles of Florida State by 13 in Clemson last night. 25th-ranked Houston goes to SMU and beats them by 13. And 21st-ranked Nevada had no problem with UNLV, rolled over the Running Rebels 101-75 last night in men's top 25 play. Tonight, got a couple of good ones, Carmichael. Top-ranked Virginia, the Cavaliers, 26-2 tonight, going into Louisville at 19-10. Is this a trap game for the Cavaliers?
It is a trap game for Louisville's playing a little bit better, trying to see if they can slide their way in. They're one of the last, looking at Joe Lenardi's bracketology today, they're one of the last 4 teams in the NCAA tournament right now. So they're needing to win, especially if they can somehow get a big win over Virginia. It might punch their way into the big dance.
Western Kentucky tonight will go into Murfreesboro, take on the 24th-ranked Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State. at 23-5. That's another pretty good ball game tonight. Western Kentucky at 22-7. Middle Tennessee State at 23-5.
Western trying to get a win over a top 25 team to see if that helps them maybe getting that large bid in the tournament.
See, he comes in and sits down, folks. I just got to tell you, he doesn't have a clue what we're going to talk about. Not a clue. This guy's on it. Love having this guy on my show. 5th-ranked Michigan tonight takes on
Big Ten. That's the Big Ten. I was surprised. The Big Ten tournament starting this weekend in Madison Square Garden.
And Iowa beat Illinois to get to this point, so Iowa takes on Michigan. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Just fine. That's Miss Teresa. 5th-ranked Michigan, 24-7, hosting Iowa or taking on Iowa at 14-18, 12th in the country. How do you get 12th ranked and 14-18?
They should probably maybe 12th in the Big Ten.
12th in the Big Ten. Yeah, it's not 12th in the country. Other games tonight: 11th-ranked Wichita State at Central Florida, 10th-ranked Cincinnati, the Bearcats at Tulane. And then also 19th-ranked Arizona hosting Stanford, which leads me into my next one. 22-7 Arizona taking on 16-13 Stanford, probably without Sean Miller. What's your take on all the scandal?
It may be permanently without Sean Miller after 4:30 this afternoon, because that's when the meeting with the Board of Regents is happening at Arizona. I mean, they're still going to have to pay him. It doesn't. His contract. I mean, whoever his lawyer was. If I ever need an agreement, I want to hire this guy.
You got it.
Because they made that contract that he signed, it's going to pay him about 85%, even if he's fired with cause.
Yeah.
He's getting about 85%. The only thing he's not going to get is his shoe bonus. So, but, you know, what's an extra $1 million when you're going to make $10 million if they fire you, or $15 million?
Lawyers of both Arizona head coach Sean Miller and the University of Arizona spent Tuesday in deep negotiations. His fate will be decided this afternoon. As Carmichael said, he's been under scrutiny since a twice-corrected ESPN report on Friday alleging that FBI wiretaps intercepted calls between Sean Miller and former ASM Sports associate Christian Dawkins, in which Miller discussed paying $100,000 to ensure freshman DeAndre Ayton would sign with the Wildcats. So FBI's got over 4,000 wiretaps. Is this guy in trouble?
You know, it depends. Nobody knows what the real truth of this whole wiretap was. One thing I read was that supposedly that this was something that they were talking about 3 or 4 years ago. Supposedly the kid never had any inkling. I just wish, you know, before this had got leaked, I wish the FBI would have come out and said, okay, here's what we've got. This, you know, this is a potential career ender for Sean Miller. If it's proven that anything that's close to this is true, he will never coach in college basketball again. You know, he might get a job in the NBA as an assistant or in the G League as a head coach, but he'll never coach collegiate basketball again. I mean, it would ruin him. And if it's true, if it's not, then somebody needs to correct it quickly.
Well, if it's not, there's a lawsuit, big time.
There's going to be
if this is not, Miller's got.
He's suing. It's big, but there has
something
tells me there has.
Sure.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Absolutely.
If you've got lawyers on both sides talking to each other about a settlement, possibly, there's a little bit of smoke somewhere.
You know that old Leonard Skinner song, there's things going on that you don't know, so there you go. We're talking to Carmichael, and so we'll just have to stay tuned. These guys have been implicated, again, innocent until proven guilty. Names have been thrown out there accepting money. The kid Bridges from Michigan State being one of those. Do you still let these guys play until something is determined, or you go ahead and put them on hold?
Here's what the NCAA is going to do. They're going to let the tournament, they're not going to do anything until after the tournament. It's too close to the tournament, really. They're not going to do anything until after the tournament. If they find that these kids are guilty, or they find that these programs are guilty, then of course they're going to do the old Louisville vacate everything from 2010 or 11 until now. They're going to vacate it and probably put them on probation next year for next year's tournament. I mean, this should have been handled prior to the season, but if it's not handled till now, they're going to let it go on, and they're going to let those kids play, and then just let the chips fall after the season.
We're talking to our buddy Carmichael. We appreciate him being here with us. We're live here again on the Tom Doe Sports Show again. We are here at Champion Chevrolet, show number 699 on the old Mickey, not the Mickey Dick, on the old calendar. So let's take a look at some tournament play. First off this afternoon, the Lady Bucks of East Tennessee State taking on the Lady. Hello to Terry Dalton. Great show. Thank you, Terry. Hello to Lisa Lale, Betty Perry, Darius Hensley. Thank you. You guys watching and ladies watching the show. Thank you very much, some of the folks. So the Lady Bucks and the Lady Terrys of Wofford at 3:30 this afternoon. What do you think in this one?
Lady Bucks been playing picking it up a little bit. I think they get a win today and move on, advance on. Hopefully get to play Mercer in the championship.
Yep, tomorrow they would play 11 o'clock in the morning against either Mercer or Western Carolina. Of course, Mercer is the team to beat in the Southern Conference Women's Tournament. Gentlemen will play on Saturday. They'll play the winner, of course, of Chattanooga and Samford. So what do you think about the Bucks limping into the...
They have really, I hope they haven't peaked too soon. That's what we had talked for several weeks, afraid that they would peak too soon. But, maybe they get a few days off, they kind of reboot and come back strong in the tournament.
The Buccaneers, of course, we had Joe Avento on yesterday at Chick-fil-A, and he said they would announce that yesterday afternoon, and they did. Dasani Bradford named the Southern Conference Basketball Player of the Year by the league's coaches. Also, the SoCon coaches picked ETSU's Bo Hodges as the Freshman of the Year. Jalen McLeod was second-team All-Conference, and again, they enter the Southern Conference Tournament as, again, the seeded second of the 8-team field. And so that would be for the Lady Bucks. So the guys will go in, and they're waiting on the Chattanooga-Samford winner, and they'll do that at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So they had to win it this way last year, so I guess it's certainly possible. But you would have wanted, of course, to win it.
Right. Well, and you wanted to play better. That's the main thing is even if you lose, as long as you play okay. But now, like I said, you get a few days off, gives you a chance to rest, to reboot, get strong for the tournament. Also looking at bracketology this morning, the Southern Conference champion, which they had as USC Greensboro, being the 14th seed to play Auburn in the first round of the tournament in the Midwest region. Tennessee as a number 3 seed as well. Who would have thought prior to the season Tennessee would be possibly a number 3 or maybe even number 2 if they come out and win the SEC tournament? Tennessee could go in there as a strong number 2 seed.
Lady Vols play tonight as well. They'll take on Auburn again at 7 o'clock at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Yesterday, Arkansas's ladies eliminated Vanderbilt by an 88-76 score. Ole Miss defeats the Florida Lady Gators 48-43 yesterday. Today, Kentucky, Alabama playing as we speak. We'll get an update. Actually, we'll tip it up at 1 o'clock. We'll get an update on that. Actually, won't be getting an update because we're off there at 1 o'clock. Arkansas, Texas A&M at 3. The Lady Vols and Auburn at 7 o'clock tonight. And then Ole Miss and Missouri in the nightcap. Again, all the ladies, or the women's tournament being played at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Men's tournament, again, as we said earlier, Iowa blows out Illinois 96-87. Not really a blowout, but they beat them. Eliminated the Fighting Illini in the opening round of the Big Ten Conference last night. Ohio Valley Conference first round yesterday. Tennessee Tech defeats Southern Illinois University out of Edwardsville 60-51 in men's tournament play. And so let's see, we got some more. Yeah, let me give you some more quick ones here in the America East. I'm sorry. That's a women's play. I'll get to that coming up here a little bit later on. So,
and it was a surprise. But the Big Ten wanted to be in New York so badly and wanted to be at the Garden so badly, they moved their tournament a week up. In the past, the Big Ten tournament would always finish on Sunday right before the selection committee would announce. But this year, they wanted in Madison Square Garden to showcase the league so much that they said, hey, we'll move our tournament a week ahead of time because the Big East tournament's in Madison Square Garden next weekend.
The other downfall, if you will, a problem with East Tennessee State not winning the regular season championship is the regular season conference champ in the Southern Conference has an automatic bid into the NIT tournament. So if you played and got beat in the Southern Conference tournament this weekend, you still had that in your back pocket. Now you don't have that at all. That belongs to UNC Greensboro. So the Bucks are in an outright must-win situation.
But that's really kind of the way you thought all year long. You really needed to win. And if they win, they would deserve to be in the NCAA tournament and be better off than being in the NIT.
Top 3 teams right now, in your humble opinion, getting ready for tournament play?
Virginia, Xavier, and Kansas.
Wow.
Villanova should be there, but they have really fallen down the stretch. Xavier won the Big East regular season championship last night. So I look at that. I look at Kansas. They're playing much better. Michigan State's another team. It's all what's going to happen here, with all this news coming down. How's it going to affect these teams? Can these teams put this out of their mind?
Particularly the coaches.
Yeah, especially the coaches.
I would think some of these coaches aren't sleeping well right now because the big boys are the ones that they're implicating.
Right. And, all of them, Tobacco Road, Triangle, all three schools there were implicated in it. Carolina finally righted the ship, playing much better after that 3-game losing streak that they had in January. Now they're playing much better. But let's see how they come out because they've got Duke on Saturday night.
We're talking to our buddy Carmichael. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Switching to baseball, Daniel Norris, not a good outing. Hello, Chris Barber. Thank you for watching the show. Not a good outing for Norris yesterday. Dino started the game against the Yankees, 2 innings, faced 8 batters, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of those earned, struck out 2, but it even made the highlight reel, a home run over top of the scoreboard by Gary Sanchez, the Yankees, against Norris. He threw the ball, and as soon as he threw it, you just knew. He just kind of dropped his head. He knew what was getting ready to happen. So not a good outing for Daniel Norris. The Tigers have signed Francisco Liriano last weekend on a 1-year contract. So on the Tigers website, it just came out and said Norris is going to have to fight for his life against Liriano for that number 5 starting spot in the rotation. Not a good start yesterday.
No, and I've said this for the last year with the Tigers and Daniel Norris. What is it going to take for them to realize this is a guy that you develop into maybe your 8th inning stopper or your closer in the bullpen? He's got such a great arm. He usually does well when he's only like in that 1 inning situation. And when is it going to take? I even tweeted back a few months ago to somebody who blogs and stuff and writes for the Tigers on the Athletic Detroit's website. I said, has there been any thought about moving Daniel to the bullpen, putting him in that 8th, 9th inning role? And she got back to me and said, well, had been discussed at one time, but nothing. They just thought they see him more, still want to think he could be a starter. I'm like, man, you've got an arm like that, an electric arm that you have, and you put him down there in the bullpen and let him. You bring him on the 8th inning or even the 9th to close out a game. I just think it's much, and you don't have. He's not the strength. He does much better as a 1 or 2 inning pitcher. That second time usually is where Daniel's been struggling in his career.
So again, yesterday, Norris, not a good outing. Again, gave up that home run to Sanchez that made the highlight reel that he hit it over top of George Steinbrenner Field's scoreboard. So he tattooed it pretty good. So Daniel Norris, his first appearance in spring training, unfortunately not a good one. But we can hope for better things for this young man. Jake Arrieta, still not signed. We're talking Milwaukee. We're talking Washington. We're talking Philadelphia. Where do you think he's going to end up at?
Well, now his price keeps going down and down and down because it's so much. Now he's not going to get a full spring training. It's going to be tough if he does get signed. I'd say there has to be an internal deadline. Hey, if he's not signed by next week or so, he's not going to be ready to go opening day. Then, it pushes him back even less money. I think he's going to just have to take the best offer, whoever's got the money. Milwaukee has been talked about. Philadelphia would be a good landing place, but I've always thought it's more of a hitter's ballpark. And as much as more than a pitcher's ballpark, Milwaukee definitely is a hitter's ballpark, especially when the roof is closed at Miller Stadium. Washington would be a great role for him if they've got the money to do it, because he would fit right in there with Scherzer and that staff that they've got in Washington.
We'll find out. Again, Arrieta turns 32 in a couple of days, and so comes down to, money, and Jake Arrieta still not signed. Royals signed Lucas Duda, a 1-year, $3.5 million contract with about $1.5 million in incentives, 30 home runs, .217 batting average last year, and 127 games with the Mets and Tampa Bay, so pretty good pickup for the Royals.
Yeah, well, they lose Hosmer. They're not losing much in home runs, but they're losing about 100 points in batting average and probably about another 90 to 100 strikeouts. Duda's decent defensively. Just a stopgap measure for him after losing Hosmer.
College football, Carmichael's burning question every week is, where's Lyle? Well, guess what? It looks like Butch Jones, of all places, may join the staff of the Alabama Crimson Tide with Mr. Saban. How about that?
That has got to be an Onion headline, or that's got to. It's not April 1st, it's March 1st, but that would. I don't know what's he going to be, an analyst? An analyst.
Former Tennessee coach Butch Jones then talked with Alabama to join the staff as an offensive analyst in an off-the-field role. Jones and Crimson Tide coach Nick Saban have met in person. The former Volunteer head man has been in Tuscaloosa over the weekend recently, spending some time with Nick Saban. So, no, this is not a joke. This is legit.
Did Nick Saban watch Tennessee's offense with Butch Jones running it? What kind of thought would be running through his head to make him an offensive analyst?
I don't know, but that's.
I know. Well,
we'll see. Stay tuned.
Maybe that's Butch's friend putting out
Yeah. Lyle's friend. There you go. But anyway, Butch is being talked to apparently, or hanging out with Nick, trying to latch on with the Alabama Crimson Tide. A little NASCAR news, and then we'll get into some more basketball because we want to brag on his. Is it your niece, Bailey?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll brag on her and the Boone basketball team coming up here for a few more minutes. And then at the bottom of the hour, we've got Michael Smith, or Smitty as he's known, as the head coach of the Unicoi County boys basketball team. They've got their regional championship tonight against Granger. And so we will, again, talk to Coach Smith coming up here in just a few minutes. NASCAR announcing penalties. The number 4 Stewart Haas Racing in the Monster Energy Cup Series, driven by Kevin Harvick, received a safety violation for one unsecured lug nut in post-race inspection. Crew Chief Rodney Childers fined $10,000 for that. Let's see, the 42 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet and the number 52 Means Motorsports Chevrolet in the Xfinity Series, driven by John Hunter Nemechek and David Starr. Also, unsecured lug nuts in post-race inspection. Crew chiefs were each fined $5,000. Then the craziest, if you saw the video, the craziest of the whole weekend down in Atlanta, in my opinion, Kyle Busch comes out of the pits. They forgot to put the wheel on. His wheel falls, or put on all the lug nuts, I should say, and his wheel literally falls off. He's got to back up and get into the pit box and have it put back on. Well,
find time to leave me loose wheel.
That's good. Find time to leave me loose wheel. Oh, that's good there. I can't top it. That's great. Busch lost his left rear tire on the track after exiting the team's pit box. Crew chief Marcus Richmond, rear tire changer Coleman Dollarhide, and jackman Ernie Pierce, each receiving a 3-race suspension. I'm surprised they haven't been fired,
I'm
really.
I'm surprised they didn't lose more than a left rear after Kyle Busch got done with them. I mean, really.
You got to know.
I mean, he had to be just.
He was on the way to win the race.
Just blistering those guys.
And deservedly so. NASCAR tripleheader this weekend in Vegas. The truck race Friday night, the Stratosphere 200. Also the Boyd Gaming 300 for the Xfinity Series on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And then on Sunday, new sponsor, Cobalt Tools is gone. Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. Again for the race on Sunday, Jimmy Johnson, the most active driver in terms of wins with 4. Keselowski on the pole last year. Truex wins the race a year ago, so we'll see how it all rolls out
Jimmy
this
Johnson
weekend.
Needs to find a way to stay on the track.
Jimmy Johnson,
rough, rugged start.
Oh yeah, he's way down in the points. I mean, he's down into. Oh gosh, let me see. I got it here. Somebody's like 11. He's got 11 points. I mean, he is so far down.
I mean, that was almost like the start he had a few years ago when he lost all those points at the beginning of the season.
Yep,
at Daytona,
right.
and he was like negative. I think he was negative points there coming out of Daytona, and they can't keep the car on track. I don't know what it is with that. Well, really, the whole, except for Chase Elliott, the entire
Hendrick's not doing well. No,
trouble.
They're struggling a little bit. So I'll get to that here in just a second. We're talking to our buddy Carmichael. NBA last night. Let's run this down for you, and also the National Hockey League. NBA, you had Toronto and Orlando winning by 13. Detroit, 23-point win over Milwaukee. Celtics go to 44-19. They win. They blow out Charlotte in Boston by 28. Hawks, a 5-point winner over Indiana in Atlanta. Golden State goes on the road and beats Washington by 8. 49-14 and now, I'm sorry, 48-14. Now the record for Golden State. Phoenix 8-point win at Memphis. Oklahoma City goes into Dallas, beats them by a 1-point score, 111-110. New Orleans beats my Spurs. Popovich got tossed, beat him by 5.
Aldridge got injured. Don't know how long that's going to be. Injured his ankle.
Broke his ankle. Yeah, they're like a MASH unit down in San Antonio right now. Then Houston beats the Clippers in L.A. last night by 13. Tonight, a couple of good matchups. Philadelphia 32-27 in Cleveland against the Cavs, who are 36-24. Also Minnesota tonight, the Timberwolves with 38 wins at Portland with 35 wins. 2 other games, the Lakers in Miami and Brooklyn at Sacramento. What do you think about the NBA?
It's right now Houston. Houston has the number 1 team, and they are playing well. They're on a roll. I think it's 14 or 15 consecutive wins they have.
National Hockey League from last night. It goes as follows. Montreal skates past the Islanders. Buffalo goes into Tampa Bay and beats the winningest team in the National Hockey League 2-1. Blues, the St. Louis Blues at home against Detroit, win 2-1. Colorado, the Avalanche 5-2 winners against Calgary at home, and the Rangers go into Vancouver and beat the Canucks in overtime 6-5. Tonight, the Predators in Edmonton.
Ooh, that will be a matchup. Predators, Edmonton with the great young star in the National Hockey League, Connor McDavid. Predators may have played, it may have been the most exciting game of the year playing Winnipeg. Winnipeg was a team that talked way back at the beginning of the season, don't sleep on the former Atlanta Thrashers. And Winnipeg and Nashville now battling for the Central Division title with the Predators were down 5-3 Tuesday night, scored 3 late goals, come back and won 6-5. So they're in first place now by 4 points in the Central Division and tied for the best record in the West.
3 good ones tonight on the ice. Pittsburgh, the defending Stanley Cup champions, 36-24 in Boston against the Bruins, 38-15. Tampa Bay, 43-17, skating at Dallas, who's 36-23 on the season. And then the Blue Jackets of Columbus on the ice in LA against the Kings. Columbus 32 wins under the belt. LA with 35. Other games, Carolina at Philadelphia. New Jersey skates at Florida. Minnesota at Arizona. And the Blackhawks of Chicago in the Shark Tank skating at San Jose.
Positioning now for playoffs, teams struggling, teams playing better. St. Louis was a team that really was right up there in playoff contention. Now they righted the ship a little bit last night against Detroit, but they really struggled, have been struggling. Traded Paul Stastny a couple of days ago, kind of maybe threw the white flag up for the rest of the season.
Daniel Boone's Lady Trailblazers' first region title in 15 years. They did it last night convincingly over Jeff County, 47-31, 16-point victory for the Lady Trailblazers. They'll host Oak Ridge coming up on Saturday night at Daniel Boone. And by losing, Jeff County has to go to play at Bearden. And so Jeff County 22-11 travels to Bearden 27-7. But the Trailblazers, oh man, they put on a show last night.
That game was not as close as 16 points. It was 11-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was 19-2 at the end of the half, and 35-13 going into the fourth quarter. So it was just a dominating performance. The Culberson girl had a really strong game for Boone. She made some great plays. My niece Bailey had another good game, 12 points, made the all-tournament team. JC Jenkins, JC did it, the little point guard, did everything last night. She rebounded, had some steals, scored some key buckets, had a great all-around game, and they advanced now 1 game away from going to the state tournament next week.
Culbertson, 18 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. Also, as you said, your niece, Bailey Carmichael, joined Culbertson and Sydney Pierce in the all-tournament team, added 12 points. So, again, your tournament MVP was Sydney Pierce. So, it's a solid team effort. Travis Main says, quote, it may have been some nerves on their part, freshmen and sophomores. But it didn't look like they were open. If they were open, they weren't open for long because his defense clamped them down. They had 2 points in the first half. Is that correct?
2 points in the first half. They could not. Literally, they went about 12 and a half, almost 13 minutes without scoring in the first half.
How about Jeff County?
Jeff County.
Yep.
Just a great defensive show that the Lady Trailblazers put on last night, and really kept it on almost the entire game until the fourth quarter. Then by then they eased. You got a 35-13 lead with 6 minutes to go. The hay's in the barn, and you're ready to go to the house.
For the first time since 2004, the Unaka Lady Rangers will be hosting a sectional game, rallied from a 7-point deficit at the start of the fourth quarter to beat Cloudland. 40-36, they played them in the Bobby Snyder Gym at Daniel Boone. Lexi Garland led the way, Unaka with 15, named the MVP. Stacia Wilson spearheaded the attack for Cloudland with 12 points. They're still playing on Saturday, but there's nothing like playing at home when that's sub-state sectional.
You want to have that home court advantage to get a ticket to Murfreesboro.
All right, tonight you got 3 good ones in the AAA boys, AA boys, and Single A boys. Single A North Green, Sullivan North tonight at 7 o'clock. I've not seen either one of these teams play, so what's your take on that one tonight, big guy?
I would just say Sullivan North just because of their basketball history and tradition.
AA, I watched him play the other night. It was a dismantling. You talking about putting on a clinic. Trevor Hensley, 32 points. They beat Elizabethton by 23, 73-50. Granger beat Chucky Doak in the first game, 63-60. Tonight, Unicoi County and Granger. We'll talk to Coach Smith here in just a minute. Blue Devils or Granger tonight?
I'd say Unicoi.
Unicoi? I would be surprised if they're not hosting a game on Saturday night.
Because my sister-in-law was a Hall of Fame basketball player for the Lady Blue Devils back in the 80s. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And she was?
She was Kim McIntyre. She started at Western Carolina for 4 years. So that's where my 2 nieces get that's where they get the basketball genes, is from the mom. Definitely not from their dad.
AAA tonight, championship, Science Hill, Dobyns-Bennett. Here we go again, the rivalry renewed. And you talking about a barn burner. That's going to be a barn burner tonight. Some say Dobyns-Bennett, some say Science Hill. You know, something just tells me it's the Hilltoppers night. We'll see. But Science Hill and Dobyns-Bennett, who you like tonight?
Well, graduate, I'm an alumnus of Science Hill, so I guess I better, I work for the Johnson City Park and Rec, so I guess I better pick the Toppers. But, you know, there's not a high school rivalry. It may be the biggest high school rivalry in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Science Hill, Dobyns-Bennett, Johnson City, Kingsport. Doesn't matter what sport they play. It could be playing checkers. It could be playing football.
Oh yeah.
Anytime those two schools play each other in anything,
it's intense.
It's Katie Bar the door.
That's what it should be. It's going to be a great atmosphere tonight. Get there early at all three of these sites. Again, all three start at 7 o'clock tonight. And again, the boys AAA has been moved, as it should have been, back up here with two District 1 teams in the championship. They'll play that at Crockett High School where they had the district tournament. So get there early. They'll tip it up at 7, and that place will be rocking.
It's nice that they're able to find a neutral site up here to host it. I mean, you know, now, especially the day that we've got going on right now with rain, a lot of spring sports teams are probably going indoors today to do the work, and it was nice that David Crockett said, hey, we'll allow you to come in and play in their gym, but they're probably not going to turn down the gate receipts from tonight.
They're popping some popcorn. Josh Kite and the boys are down there popping popcorn and icing down some sodas.
Coach Good may be going through the stands just hawking Cokes tonight.
You got it. Anything going on Parks and Rec?
Yes, we're in late soccer registration right now. It's $45 if you're a city resident, $50 if you're a non-resident. We had our coaches meeting last night. We're starting to put rosters together for the teams tomorrow, and practices will start March 17th. We've got little girls t-ball ages 4 to 6, and softball machine pitch 7 to 8, and fast pitch softball 9 to 10. Those registrations started this past Monday. $25 if you're a city resident, $30 if you're a non-resident. Adult softball registration is going on currently. $200 for the ladies league, $300 for the co-ed league, and $400 for the men's league. Have an umpires meeting tonight, umpire scorekeepers. If you're interested in becoming an umpire or a scorekeeper for the upcoming spring softball season, you got a meeting here at Wingdale Park tonight at 6 o'clock at the Tower.
There you go. Good stuff. Back next week?
Yes, sir. Back next week.
Back next week. And so, as always, appreciate you. Good man. Carmichael, quick break. We'll go to the phone, talk to Michael Smith, the head coach of the Unicoi County boys basketball team next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just two great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, One call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's go to the phone. There he is. We appreciate his time. Of course, he wears about 12 different hats at Unicoi County High School. He's the athletic director, one of the assistant principals, and, of course, the boys basketball coach, Michael Smith. Coach, thanks for your time, and what a game of the night. Just go back and recap just an unbelievable performance by a guy by the name of Trevor Hensley and the rest of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Trevor really come out of the gates on fire and, taking it to the hole. He made 4 2-point baskets, and all those were layups. And 2 free throws, and then he made 4 threes all in the first half to score 22 of his 32 in the game. And, we were up by 18 at the half, and it had a lot to do with him on the offensive end, and then just everybody playing really good defense and doing a really good job on them. The last time we played them, they come out and scored 22 in the first quarter, and we just wasn't close enough to them and just didn't do a good enough job defensively and gave them too many open shots. And we did a lot better job this time of taking those away.
Yeah, he took the crowd out of the game, obviously, because it was pretty much a lopsided ball game, although they got close a couple of times, Elizabethton, and they're going to be a very good team to be reckoned with in the years to come because they're fairly young. But your guys, again, will be opposed tonight by Granger. It's a good basketball team, and they've kind of played a spoiler for your season in the last couple of years. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they put us out of, that's been our last loss the last 2 years. They put us out of the region tournament both years, and both of those games actually were at our place. So we played them at home both times. And, 2 years ago they beat us in the quarterfinals. We were the 2 seed, and they were the 3 seed of the region. And then last year we played in the semifinals. We were the 2, and they were their 3. They were their 4. And so, it's just a good battle with them every time we've ever played them, and I expect the same thing tonight. They still got 3 starters back from last year's team and a bunch of new kids that some of them played a little bit last year, some of them didn't play last year, but same thing with me. I've got 2 starters back and a bunch of new kids to them too. So I expect a really good game. They're big, got a couple of really big kids, and they're all football guys, so they're a little bit meatier than we are, but it will be a good game, I believe.
So they got you got one Podman, they got a lot of Podmans on the team. Is that what you're telling me? Pretty big boys?
Yeah, they got a lot of Podmans, yeah. Muncie, the big kid, he's about 6'6", and big, strong kid. And then the Bunch kid is the running back in football, and I think he's going to play like at Furman, I believe I heard at one point. He's going to play running back there, and he's a big, strong kid like that. And they got 2 or 3 other kids like that too. We got like I said, we got Podman and Danny Lauer. I'll give Danny Lauer. Danny has been playing really well. Played really good the other night against Elizabeth with 9 points and 8 rebounds. So, but then the rest of my guys are little small, scrawny guys.
We're talking to Coach.
And Trevor's not small, but he's not big either. So
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. He's not a lot of meat on the hoof. He's sleek. He's not like Pavin. Pavin's just like a side of a barn. That guy's huge, and if you sit down there on the floor level and watch him and just appreciate how big this guy is, I'm thinking this got to be a tight end or a linebacker somewhere. He's a moose. So great game tonight, 7 o'clock. It's going to be happening again at Chucky Doak. And the good thing is, Coach, you're playing on Monday. Tell me about that.
Yeah, sub-state game on Monday, win or lose. This isn't a lose-go-home game, so we got to advance to this point, and we advanced to Monday, sub-state, and we'll play either Fulton or Alcoa. If we win, we get to play at home. If we lose, we got to play on the road, and then same thing for them. Whoever wins gets to play at home, and whoever loses would have to play on the road at either us or Granger. So it would be nice to be able to host on Monday and have another home game and see what we can do with a chance to go to the state tournament, riding on that game.
You were telling me off air that Trevor Hensley's about to do something that nobody's ever done because he is getting ready to. He's not that far away from setting the all-time record. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Amy Engel. She played 87 to 91, I guess, for the Lady Devils. They finished state runner-up her senior year, 91 to South Green. She scored 2,366 points in her 4-year career, and no one's been even close to that. I mean, the next highest total we know on the boys' side, was Logan Lyle before Trevor passed him this year, and on the girls is about 1,600. So nobody's ever really been close to that, and Trevor's actually 36 points away from tying her and 37 away from breaking that record. So, I mean, that's a lot of points, 2,360-some points, so it'd be really, it'd be kind of fitting for him to be able to get to that point because he has been such a good offensive player for us in his 4 years, even as a freshman. I mean, he's one of our top guys as a freshman, and, he's just being that way, and he's really worked hard to get all the achievements that he has gotten so far this year.
Absolutely. He's a worker. And so last question, the obvious question we'll ask the coach, what's it going to take? What's the keys tonight for Unicoi County to beat a very good, very tall and very big and very muscular and physical Granger team tonight?
We got to keep them away from the basket. We got to keep them from driving. They look to penetrate a lot, try to get to the hole, and we got to keep them out, make them shoot jump shots, and then we got to rebound the basketball.
There you go. Pretty basic stuff. Stop them and get the rebounds when they shoot and miss. It's real easy, and then at the end have one more point than they do, right?
That's exactly right. 1-0 is fine. Doesn't matter.
No, you're exactly right.
I'm not sure that game's going to be 1-0 tonight, but 1-0 is good.
1-0 will be good. You got it. Hey, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. Thank you, and again, good luck tonight for the Blue Devils to get down there and beat Granger, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Love this man. He's calm, cool, and collected on the sideline. I can tell you that. I love watching him coach. He doesn't get rattled, doesn't get no. He's really Joe cool, and I like that about again Coach Smith, or as they call him, Smitty. Again, the head basketball coach, Unicoi County, for the boys team. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to wrap this thing up. It's been a full show as always. We've had football guys and running guys and. Andy Dietrich's been on. We've had a full slate, and we'll come back and begin to clean everything up and tell you a few things left here on the sports desk and get ready to head down to show number 700 tomorrow at Food City in Churchill. Quick break. We'll be right back right after you hear this on show number 699 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City is starting off 2018 with monster savings on over 350 new Chevrolets to choose from. Take advantage of these awesome savings for a limited time only. Silverado Crew and Double Cabs, $10,000 off MSRP. 17 Spark, $11,995. 18 Equinox, $19,995. 17 Traverse, $28,995. 17 Corvette, 20% off MSRP. Shop us online 24/7, and don't forget our Saturday parts and service hours. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
The savings continue the month of February at Max Medicine Mart in Kingsport. All natural factors 20% off. Folic acid, CoQ10, apple cider vinegar capsules, B12, they're all on sale. Anything natural factors, all 20% off the month of February at Max Medicine Mart. No coupons, no limits. It's a flat 20% off anytime you buy natural factors in February at Max Medicine Mart. Max Medicine Mart, Center Street, Kingsport. Natural factors 20% off in February. Make tracks to Max Medicine Mart.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, one of our great sponsors you see on the screen is Sprint. We got some great deals going on right now at Sprint. We had Caleb Sparks on yesterday talking about some of the great, including unlimited data, unlimited talk, unlimited text. It's called the Unlimited Freedom Plan. It's 5 lines for $100 with Hulu for free. Also with 5 free Moto E4 phones. I mean, you're talking about strong. There's a strong one right there, the Unlimited Freedom Plan for a limited time. Unlimited data on 5 different phone lines. You can mix it with business, home, or business personal, however you need to do it. 5 lines for $100 with Hulu for free with 5 free Moto E4 phones to boot. Unlimited data, unlimited talk, unlimited texting. That's available again at your Sprint store. Also the iPhone 10 for $30 a month. New activation. That's available right now. Also the iPhone 8, you lease one, you get one. For everyone you lease, you get one free from Sprint, again at locations in Elizabethton, Bristol, of course right here in Johnson City in front of Longhorn Steakhouse on North Roan Street. The free LG pad that we've got, they're giving away free LG pads. 8-inch pad, it's awesome. Here's mine right here. You can watch as I'm watching the show on the pad. There it is. And so absolutely free. Go by there, and again, they'll get you signed up and give you this free pad. LG G-Pad, 8-inch pad. Also, you can lease the Moto Z Force 2 and get a free Amazon Alexa. How about that? And then also the Samsung S8 for $8 a month, the S8 Active for $12 a month, and then the Samsung Note 8 for $18 a month. So these are all specials. And when you go by and you have them, we appreciate this. When you go by and tell them you heard the show, you get 25% off the accessories, and also they'll waive the activation fee. Switching from the XYZ competition to Sprint, we thank you for that because you have gone through there. They got those Beats headphones, and you go in and get 25% off because you say you heard the show. That's pretty significant. Also, wireless chargers, any of the accessories at the Sprint store are a fourth off the regular price simply by saying you heard the show. And so we appreciate that very much. And so that is again, going on at the Sprint store at all locations across the Tri-Cities. One of our great sponsors here on the show is Sprint. Also, want to remind you that we'll be at Food City tomorrow for the one-day sale. You can see on the screen one of our great sponsors, Food City. Been in the Food City stores now for 12 years, going every week to promote the great savings you get at Food City. And here's the one-day sale. There you see it, the one-day Stock Your Shelves and Save sale. And so that'll be tomorrow. We'll be at Food City in Churchill tomorrow. Haven't been down there for a while with our big boy Jason Horton, the 7-footer, who runs the store. I'm not making it up. The guy's 7 foot tall. He's a great guy, and he runs a great store. Here are some of the specials tomorrow. Pepsi products, 24-pack, 12-ounce cans, $4.99. Stouffer's or Lean Cuisine entrees for $1.49, limit 6 tomorrow. Powerade, 69 cents for a 32-ounce bottle. Limit buy 8 and save more. Also tomorrow, russet potatoes, 15-pound bag for $4.99. That's a bunch of taters. They're going to be selling for $5 tomorrow at all Food Cities. The USDA Select whole or half New York strip, $4.99 a pound. Those are some of the specials going on tomorrow. Let's see what's on the back side here. Oh yeah, got some more back on the back. You've got Chunk Light tuna, 69 cents a can tomorrow. Food Club cereal, 99 cents a box. 99 cents for a box of cereal. That's unheard of. Also, you have tomorrow Townhouse crackers or Nature's Own butter bread for $1.49. So these are some of the specials going on tomorrow. As we said, it's the one-day Stock Your Shelves and Save sale to all Food Cities. We'll be again at Food City in Churchill tomorrow with show number 700 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, which I'm very proud of. Lady Bucks play today against Wofford, 3:30 tip-off in a couple of hours at the U.S. Cellular Center, Nashville. Freshman guard Erica Haynes Overton is 4th in the country at nearly 4 steals a game, chosen to the Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year as well as the league's Freshman of the Year. Pretty much unheard of to get those two honors on the same season with the same player. Tiana Tarter from Science Hill, Johnson City, averaging 18 points a game. They swept Wofford, by the way, in the regular season. They are 10-18, are the Lady Terriers. Lady Bucks come into the ball game again at 18, I believe 18-11, 18-10 on the season. Coming up again for the game this afternoon. And so the last time Tarter played in Asheville, she scored 39 points in a season-ending loss to Sanford in last year's Southern Conference quarterfinals. And so the Lady Bucks are 22-3 all-time against the Terriers, who are the 7th seed in the tournament. And so the winner will take on the winner of the Chattanooga UNC Greensboro game Friday at 1:15. So that's what's going on today at 3:30. The men's team plays. Again, they'll tip it up and get after it a little bit later on. They'll play at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So that's what's going on there for the Bucks and Lady Bucks, getting ready for their respective opening games of the tournament. Before we get out here, the Milligan College women's 800 freestyle relay team in the swimming pool set a school record yesterday at the NAI National Meet in Columbus, Georgia. Margaret Halloran, Emily Mark, Kaylee Probst, and Macy Montgomery swam to a time of 8:15:30, good for 15th in a field of 24 teams. On the men's side, Milligan swimmers Matthew McFalls, Jared Blazo, John Will Hutchinson, and Sterling Burnett finished 16th. Milligan continues the national meet today. Starting at 9 o'clock this morning, it started with finals to follow beginning at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So good luck to the coach of the year in the conference, Kelly Essler, who watches the show all the time, and her swim team at the National Swimming NAI Swim Nationals, again, going on as we speak in Columbus, Georgia. One more time, basketball tonight, AAA. Science Hill Dobbins men at 7 o'clock at Crockett High School. AA Championship, Unicoi County and Granger at 7 o'clock, again at Chucky Doak Middle School. And then also tonight, North Green and Sullivan North guys play at 7 o'clock at Cock County for the Single A Championship for the boys basketball here in Northeast Tennessee. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Our guests today have been Sean Whitten and Nestor Grubb, young man who won an appointment to the West Point United States Military Academy at West Point. Awesome. We had Nestor on, a football player at Elizabethton, and, of course, his outstanding coach. Love that guy, Sean Whitten. He is awesome, the head coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. We also had Hank Brown with WeRunEvents.com with several road races he's heading up this week, including this weekend in the month of March, including this weekend's Run for Buns, again, to help raise money for colorectal cancer with the hospitals here in Johnson City. That's this weekend. You can check everything out at WeRunEvents.com. All the races coming up. Also, we were joined by Bill Patrick from the Kingsport Speedway. Got practice there this weekend, getting ready for the dropping of the green flag to start the season on March the 24th. They practice there on Saturday from 2 till 6 at the Concrete Jungle at the Kingsport Speedway. Again, right down the road from Sullivan North on John B. Dennis Highway, again in Kingsport. Also joined by Carmichael, of course. Always a treat to have him on. We also had Michael Smith, the boys head basketball coach of the Unicoi County Blue Devils, and, of course, co-owner here at Champion Chevrolet, our buddy Andy Dietrich. So it's been a busy show. You can, again, like the show and share the show. We'd appreciate that. And, of course, it's going to be archived. You can go back and watch any and all the segments at your discretion. So we would say thank you to do that, as a lot of folks do that as well. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Rejoining you tomorrow for show number 700. We started this back 3 years ago. People laughed and said, you left the radio to get on to Facebook and live stream a sports show? It'll never last. Well, I'm proud to tell you we're at number 700 tomorrow at Food City in Churchill. We'll wrap it up with our verse of the day. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that. And we'll wrap it up with the verse of the day out of the book of Ephesians 3. It says, may you grasp how wide and long and how high and how deep my love for you is, a love that surpasses knowledge. You cannot ask or imagine the things I am planning for you. That's out of the book of Ephesians. That's our verse of the day one more time. May you grasp how wide, how long, how high, and how deep my love for you is. All you got to do is look what he did for us on the cross. A love that surpasses knowledge. Can't understand it, why he did it, but he did it and did it willingly. Just go back and read John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. It's unbelievable. You cannot ask or imagine the things I am planning for you. So there you go. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Again, like and share the show, and you have. We've picked up about almost 100 followers just in the last couple of weeks, and we appreciate that very much. So until we greet you tomorrow from Food City in Churchill for show